All right, all right. How you guys doing this evening? I'd like to start off by thanking you guys for kind of rocking with me for a little bit. I appreciate that. It's been a journey over the last few months. This journey of unlearning. I've been talking about a lot of topics lately, but I've been like really, really, really like rocking with the journey of unlearning. It's a process, man. It's a pretty dope process that we're all going through. I mean, I'm with it. But during this journey of unlearning, we're figuring out our new ways of life. We're figuring out new things and how we, can navigate to optimize the best life that we can live for ourselves. But but during this process of unlearning, don't forget to follow your heart. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Welcome to Conversations with Terrence. I am your word sayer, Terrence. We are coming live from my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful edifice. How y'all doing tonight, man? Yeah, yeah. I'm just waiting for y'all to say something back. So last week, right, we were talking about a few things, and one thing that stuck out to me the most, right, is when I say you have to, just kind of remember, who you are and all this other stuff, right? And I said you have to remind yourself how dope you are, something along the lines of that, right? And then I said, you know what? I am going to wear my "Be Your Version of Dope" shirt because it reminds me that I am still dope. And that's why you see me wearing this tonight. Be your version of dope. And you know what? I'm being my version of dope. I'm being this vulnerable version of myself that I was never before. I always had that shell up and, and just like, okay, I have to present myself a certain way. I have to do this, do that. And like my version of dope is being this vulnerable me, being this super honest me, telling the truth about myself, telling the truth about where I am and being honest with myself for where I am right now. And I got to tell y'all, man, this is very, 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 very liberating, right? Because like, so I want to talk tonight about like, following your heart during this journey of unlearning, right? And the reason why I want to kind of talk about that is because your heart, right? That flows the issue of life. So we are emotional beings. We are emotional creatures, right? But we are taught to like literally not show our emotions, especially if you're a man, especially if you're a black man. You can't show emotion. And that's like kind of what I led with for such a long time. I literally carried my life and moved my life without showing with showing as little emotions as possible, right? And the funny part about it is during this journey of unlearning, I no longer subscribe to holding on to that quote unquote tough guy. I'm not saying tough in the sense of I'm gonna beat you up or shoot you type stuff. Not that, but the tough exterior of nothing bothers me or nothing gets a rise out of me or nothing affects me, so to speak. And I've learned during this journey of unlearning, I've unlearned that because we are emotional beings. We are emotional creatures and we do have emotions. And the more we bury that, the more we suppress that, the harder things are for us. So I don't know about anybody else, but if you a man's man, you've been taught to suppress what you feel. You've been taught to like literally ignore what you feel, right? And I'm not saying being governed by your emotions. No, not being governed by your emotions is crap. Okay, so do not govern yourself according to your emotions, but please, like, let's be honest and acknowledge our emotions. Hey, what's up, Rhonda? How you doing? I hope you stay for this entire conversation. I want to get some of your feedback. Let's have a real conversation right now. Let's talk real quick. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate that. I think this is my first time seeing you up here on YouTube with me live, right? Am I right or wrong? I'm not 100% sure, but thank you. I appreciate your presence being here. So, like, I want to kind of navigate away from suppressing your emotions, right? And how do you start? Literally, we start by acknowledging what we feel, right? Acknowledging what we feel, and like I said a few moments ago, not being governed by it, but acknowledging it. Because once you acknowledge it, you can literally deal with it and move forward from it. But if you do not acknowledge what you're feeling, if you do not acknowledge your it's your first. Oh, good to see you. Yeah. Welcome. You might find some stuff out about me tonight. You might find some stuff out about yourself tonight. We've been talking on this journey of unlearning. I'm not sure if you've been checking out the playback or not on Facebook or everything. But we've been talking about the journey of unlearning things that we were taught, younger, and then, in our adult life. What's up, Meek? In our adult life and all this other stuff, all like things that we've been learning that we are finding are no longer useful for where we are in life now and where we're going. So, like I was talking about, like we are emotional creatures and not being governed by our emotions, but actually, oh, good. Thank you. I appreciate the support. I'm going to raise an offering after this. Life lessons and laughter. We laughing, y'all. We going to laugh tonight. This is going to be, a conversation for us. Hopefully, I'll get through this without being on all night. I don't foresee me being on here for an hour. But it's a conversation nonetheless. Let's, just peel back some layers of whatever's going on with us. So, like I said, to navigate through what we feel, we first must acknowledge it, right? And being a man, being a black man, because I am black, I got this beautiful chocolate skin. I'm blazing. And speaking of chocolate skin, right, I'm over here looking over there because I can see myself over there. I finally put the comments over here so I can kind of see and look at the camera and read the comments without looking weird. But yeah, I got me my little freshie going on. I cut my hair the other morning, and I'm gonna tell you why, right? I was doing a taper, because y'all, if y'all don't know, I cut my own hair. I was doing a taper, and I went up too high in the back on my taper, and I didn't feel like rocking the fade, so I was just like, let me take it off. But the beard is still intact. Look, y'all. Yeah, I got that Salam Alik Madim beard. All right, let's get back on topic. Man, this is the first time I laughed all day, I think. All right, no. I was laughing when I was on social media reading comments because comments are funny. All right, so anyway. So during this journey of unlearning, let it not be foreign to follow your heart. Again, let it not be foreign to follow your heart. Most of us, now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we should not follow logic. That is not what I'm saying at all. You must be logical, but we can literally miss out on life and what is destined for us if we do not follow our hearts. Because like I said before, out of the heart flows the issues of life, right? So, like, what you desire comes from this place right here. It comes from your heart. This is how we live. This is how we move. Literally, this is how we have our being through what we feel in our hearts, right? So during this journey, right, do not be so logical that you do not follow that small, still voice that is in your heart. I don't know what that voice sounds like to y'all. I think I'm coming down with something, so I'm going to be sniffing and all this other weirdo stuff tonight. So this definitely ain't going to be long because I don't want nothing dripping out of my nose tonight. Yeah, this definitely ain't gonna be long. I'm gonna give y'all like 5 more minutes, then I'm done with this. Because I think that's what's been wrong with me all day. I think I've been coming down with something, not 100% sure. But like I was saying, following your heart is not wrong. It's not wrong whatsoever. And then so we've been taught that following your heart, don't listen to your heart and all this stuff. Yeah, man, there's so many people who didn't listen to their hearts and lived a miserable, lonely life. And I know I talk about church all the time, right? I do. I promise you I do. I talk about work all the time. But I want to use this example. There was a woman, right, who was a pastor of a church. Like, she when she died like a 80-something-year-old virgin. All of this other stuff. Never had children. Never was married, never had a love life or anything. She completely dedicated her life and her heart to ministry, right? Now, I'm not saying that there's something wrong with that, right? So she did what was quote unquote logical. She did what she felt that she needed to do to follow after God, right? But not realizing that God is in your heart too. So there is a desire to be loved by someone and all that other stuff, right? And I felt really horrible after learning that this lady died without ever having children. Now I'm not saying that you're supposed to have kids, like that's up to you. It is what it is. But what I'm saying is, like, you miss out on so much of life if you ignore what is in your heart. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can guarantee that she had regular, normal feelings of any regular person on this earth. She never listened to her heart because she felt that what she felt and what her personal desires were wrong. And we've been taught that what you desire is not necessarily wrong. It's as long as it's honorable and all that. Well, and that being honorable is subjective. It's actually subjective too. But for lack of a better term, or for sake of argument, say if we're all on the same path and we all have the same definition of what honorable is, and she was mean as hell. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. She was mean than a mug too. So I don't know if she made it to heaven, because if according to the Bible, it don't matter if you never had sex, if you never did this, or if you never did that, right? If you mean, if you rude, if you nasty, yeah, you go into the lake of fire too. So I don't know, dog. I don't know. But yeah, so she was mean, rude, and nasty. Why? Because she never experienced she never gave in to what she felt in her heart, because she was going off of what the sake of ministry is. That's crazy. The sake of ministry. Man, listen. All right, I'm all for ministry. I'm all for that. I'm all for all this other stuff that everybody else with. I'm with it all. I'm cool with it all. It's perfect. It's beautiful. But what about you? What about what's in your heart? What are you feeling in your heart? Why are you not following your heart? And yes, that can be a very, very difficult place. Following your heart, because it will put you between a rock and a hard place. Because sometimes following your heart could potentially hurt others, right? Especially if they've been leaning on you for so long and all this other stuff. But how long are you going to please people and never fulfill the desires of your heart? Think about that. There are so many people out there that are literally fulfilling the vision and the dreams of others and never fulfilling the dreams and the vision that's inside their heart, never following their heart. And then I know everything that I talk about kind of sounds like selfish, it's selfish in nature, but if you are a selfless person, you need to hold on to kind of what we're talking about around here. Because being a selfless person, you always put everybody else's needs, everybody else's wants above your own. And you will look up one day with a whole bunch of gray hair, you shaking because you got, I don't know what that's called, Parkinson's or all this other stuff. And then you have Alzheimer's, you can't even remember your middle name and all this other stuff and at that point, it's too late. Let's not wait till it's too late, y'all. All right, so Rhonda says, I'm learning to follow my heart. It's not an easy thing, but it's needed. I'm telling you, nothing that's worth having is going to be easy. Nothing. Not a thing. Nothing. And the hardest thing to do is do things for yourself. That's the hardest thing to do. The hardest thing to do is to try to take care of you. Try to follow your heart and your dreams when you're always making it work and making it happen for other people. And I mentioned before that the with your heart flows the issues of life. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? Because I've been hearing that, my whole life. Flowing from my heart is the issue of life. My brother Sean Brown, he wrote a song for what's that dude name from Brooklyn? Hezekiah Walker, that Grateful song. And then he was like, flowing from my heart is the issues of my heart. And he was talking about gratefulness. Gratefulness is flowing from your heart, right? So the thing about it is, what is flowing from your heart? What is it that you just can't get out of your mind? What is it that you cannot get, like you can't stop thinking about? And what is it that you feel like, I got to get this done. I got to do this. This is what's going to give me happiness on a level that I've never experienced before. What is that? Because that is the issue of your heart. That is what's flowing out of your heart. Do that thing. Do whatever it takes. However long it takes, as long as you are working towards that, you got to do something. Do it. What is that thing? What is that thing? And I'm trying to figure out, and I'm going to be honest with y'all, I'm trying to really, I know that music is that thing for me. I know traveling is that thing for me, and this is why I'm fat, because food is that thing for me. But what else is it? What is it? What else is it that makes me happy? What else is it? Is so funny. She gave me a question earlier regarding that. What else is it? And then sometimes that's kind of hard. That's kind of hard to really figure that out. I just saw a notification come up on my screen. It went by too quick. I don't even know what that was. I hope it's not stopping my recording. Like, I know I'm live, but I'm also recording too. I hope it doesn't stop my recording. I don't got time to investigate that. Oh, man, I'll see, though. Once I'm finished with this, I'll go look at the actual recording to see if it's as long as whatever this is right here. But like I said, man, what is that thing? We got to figure that out. I'm figuring that out. What else is my thing? Because and your thing doesn't have to be one particular thing. It could be multiple things. Because one particular thing is not going to take up all your time. And then if you're not doing that, then you're not going to be happy between those moments? Like, come on, dog. Come on. Like, what is that thing? I'm trying to figure that out. I'm not 100% sure what is that thing outside of the three things that I named, but there has to be a deeper place. I know that there's a deeper place, but what flows out of my heart right now is like literally, I don't know. I'm being honest. I'm being transparent, y'all. Being transparent. I am Sway. I don't have all the answers. But I do want to have the conversations, because the more we talk to each other, the more we engage with each other, the more we can find out about what it is that we want to do, what it is, somebody can help me, somebody can steer me in the right direction. Like, hey, what is this? What is that? Somebody can help me. Like, I help other people steer in certain directions. So now, and this is funny, right? And we were talking about finding that place, following your heart, right? Some of us actually started that journey, but then stopped. Like, what is it? And this is funny, I wrote this down. And it says, identify where the turn took place. Right. So some of us were on that path before. Some of us was like, you know what? This is where I'm going. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to rock this out, blah, 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 blah. But somewhere during this journey, you took a turn and you completely forgot about you. You have to identify what that turning point was. There was so much more for me. I need to get to find exactly what it is. Yeah, Me too. I'm with you. There's a whole lot for me, Rhonda. A whole lot more. I'm more than what meets the eye. I'm more than what people see. But more than what people see, I am more than what I see. Sometimes, and we always talking about people putting us in a box, but we literally put ourselves in a box. I've put myself in the box of music, like forever. I put myself in a box of music. I am much more than that. I am much more than what I think. I am much more than what I feel. I am much more than what I see. But the issue is, how do I tap into the more? And then, it's funny, right? Because I talk about being antisocial, talk about my social anxiety. Because if you don't know, I do have social anxiety, right? Um, Coming out of my social anxiety, right? Trying to go out a little more. My coworkers, they invite me out and all this other stuff. And so trying to get out a little more, and then the more you get out, right? Now I ain't gonna do nothing that's not like me or anything like that. But the more you get out, the more you will start learning more about you, learning more about where else you can go, what else you can do, because you're never gonna figure that out if you are doing the same thing over and over again, never going to the same places, dealing with the same people. You're never going to figure out what the more is until you do more. Again, you will never figure out what your more is until you do more. You have to get uncomfortable. I spoke about this a couple of weeks back. Like, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and being in certain environments outside of my comfort zone is very uncomfortable for me because of my social anxiety. But I have to learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because in that place of discomfort is where growth is. I spoke about that before. Going to the gym, lifting weights it hurts. You're going to have a lot of pain. What they say, no pain, no gain. You can never have gains without pain. You can never have gains without being uncomfortable. So there is a place that you must get to where you are comfortable with being uncomfortable. And now, like, so, what I'm saying, I'm going to get back to trying to identify where that turn took place, especially because we always start a journey. And that's why this is really important for me to always be consistent with doing this, because I have a terrible habit of starting a journey and not completing it because of one reason or the other, right? So it's like, we've all started. We've all, kind of evolved or moved into certain places in life, right? And then we figured out, okay, I'm on the roll. I'm on the move. Now, all of a sudden, something happened to where you turned, that you turned around. Something threw you off your tracks. And most of us, we're robots, right? So we learn to keep going with everyday life, right? And not realizing that we have been pushed off the rails of that thing that will catapult us to true happiness, right? Because we still got to hustle. We still got to make sure the rent is paid. We still got to make sure that food is on the table. We still got to make sure that the car note is done. We still got to make sure this is that. So then when that one thing that will take you to the next level in life is like off kilter a little bit, you don't even really notice that it's off kilter, right? And I'm gonna show you a perfect example. You'd be like, you know what? Oh man, I didn't get to that this week. All right, that's cool. I'll do it next week, right? And then something else comes up. I'll do it. I'll do that for myself the week after that. Oh, then something else comes up. All right, I'm gonna plan it. I'm gonna do something after that. Do something after that. You're not realizing that you are continuously keeping your train off the track by constantly pushing to the side the thing that is going to catapult you to pure, unadulterated happiness. Because, like, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, man. I cannot go through life unhappy. I can't do it, y'all. And then people talk about happiness is just a feeling. It's going to come and go, all of this other stuff, which is true, but you can still live in come and go. You can still live in happiness, even if it's coming and going. You can still live in that place. You can still live there. Yeah, you're right, me. You are not honoring your word to yourself by allowing your train to stay off the track. And then Rhonda said, that's so me. So, Rhonda, what we going to do? What we doing tonight? From this point forward, what are we going to do? What are we going to do about that? You just took the first step and just admitted that, you know what? That's me. I do that. Man, I wish I had some tissue in here because I feel my nostrils about to leak. I ain't about to get up, though. That's all right. Y'all gonna watch me do this the whole night like I sniff cocaine or something. I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna get this word out, Doc. in my preacher voice, I'm gonna get this word out tonight, Doc. Yeah, Rhonda, you took the first step. You said that's so me. So let's go ahead and change that. Because that's me too. That's me too. Do you understand that I have to force myself most Tuesdays to do this? I literally have to force myself to do this. Why? Because I don't feel it all the time. I don't feel like coming up here talking all the time. I don't feel like it. But guess what? Because of me understanding my purpose, right? And that's another thing. You have to understand your purpose too. Because I understand my purpose, I feel like I don't have a choice. I got to do it. I got to do it. There is no, all right, I'll do it next week. There has to be something dire, like for me to like miss this. Like hypothetically speaking, say if I was working or something like that, and I couldn't get to this, and I couldn't pre-record it the night before or the morning before or something like that. That's the only way that I'm missing this right now in this season of my life. I can't miss this. I got to come up here. We got to talk. I'm getting free. We getting free. This is freedom for me. This is freedom from you. Freedom for you. I'm sorry. And not freedom from you. I'm not I'm not trying to run from none of y'all. But this is freedom. This is freedom. First, I'm going to put me first and what I want to do and stop putting other people's situations, projects ahead of me and my personal projects and situations. That's exactly where we start. That's exactly where we start. We put ourselves first. I know this sounds like it's a very self-centered type of conversation, but it's really not. Because if you're not good, nobody else is going to be good. The people that you take care of ain't going to be good. The people that you quote unquote serve, the people that you quote unquote like you put on and all that, nobody is going to be good if you are not. Bottom line. Be good to yourself first. Take care of you. Identify that place, like I keep going here. Identify the place that made you take the turn. So what is it about you, right, that makes you stop doing for you, that makes you stop taking care of you? What is that thing? What is that thing that knocks you off of the rails? Identify that, right? And then the funny part about it is, right, most people will be sitting here and be like, oh, it was when Tyrone did this, or it was Melissa said this or said that to me, blah, 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 blah. That's not even the case, though, right? Because you can't control what people say. You can't control what people do. What you can control is your response and how you let it affect you. So, in essence, hold on, identify where you took the turn. All right, so in essence, where you took that turn was all you. Just think about it, because you let whatever happened affect you to the point where you just stopped. And then, so because life's, because that's what life be doing. Life just be lifing the crap out of everything. Because life's, you don't even realize that you've stopped. Because now everything is business as usual. Now you can go through life business as usual. That's your priority. That's your prerogative. You can do that. It is what it is, right? Business as usual is cool. I'm with it. But add taking care of yourself. Add doing for yourself. Add following your heart into your everyday norm. It's okay to put you in your everyday norm. Do that. Do that. Make taking care of you a part of your regimen. I'm telling you, man. All right, so, and then the funny part about it is, right, Once you identify that place that took that made you take that turn, right? It's okay for you to turn back and start again. Lead with love, right? And you're like, lead with love? What the heck are you talking about? What you mean lead with love? What does that got to do with anything? Because we're going to show love to everybody, right? You're going to take care of everybody, make sure everybody good. But you have to lead with love in terms of loving you. Loving yourself, honoring yourself, holding yourself at a high esteem. We struggle with that. I'm going to be honest with you. I struggle with that from time to time. I do. And it's so funny, right? I got this definition of love out of the Bible. Here we go. I wish I had a reader, right? So, like, what exactly is love, right? So, I think this is in Ephesians, I believe. Not 100% sure. Matter of fact, let me Google that. Because if I'm going to say that, I might as well be accurate, right? Give me a second. No, it's not. It's 1 Corinthians. Right. So it's in 1 Corinthians, right? If you subscribe to the Bible, feel like that's, what it is, that's cool. All right, this is in 1 Corinthians, right? It says, love is patient and kind, right? So you got to be patient with yourself during this process of unlearning. Be kind to yourself. Because sometimes we can, a lot of people just rude than a mug. It is what it is. But we find ourselves being kinder and giving others more grace than we do ourselves. Bottom line. It's crazy to me. And the more I think about that, right? I sit down and be like, why do I give other people more grace than I give myself? Why am I so hard on me? And I show love, and I'm patient, and I'm kind with other people. He says, start as many times as you need to, but just don't stop. Give up or give in. Exactly. We talk about that all the time. You only fail when you stop. You don't fail when you fall. I talked about falling off the horse last week. I fell off the horse. It is what it is, but I got back up. I ain't giving up. It is what it is. All right, so more love stuff. Love does not envy, or love does not boast. All right, so let's talk about that real quick, right? Man, we stop. This is where we go wrong. We always try to measure ourselves against the rulers of others, of what we see, right? What we see. And then what we see now is more so what's online, reality TV, all of that other stuff. And all of that is a lie, because we don't feel we're worthy of giving ourselves grace. Listen, Meek, that's right. That's right. Yeah, but we are worthy. We have to count ourselves worthy. We have to. This is funny. I'm about to go 90s tabernacle. You have to remember that you are the cream of the crop and nobody's leftovers. You have to count yourself worthy. Count yourself worthy. And then do not measure yourself according to the measuring stick of others. They're lying. Everybody's lying. You see these people online flossing. And if you pay close attention to those quote-unquote off-kiltered pictures that they post, you look back, they don't got no furniture. They got an air mattress in the back. Everybody lying. You got a Gucci bag with no mattress? You got a Gucci bag with no bedroom set? Come on now. Driving a Lamborghini with no bedroom set? No living room? Come on, bruh. Everybody is lying right now. Don't be that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're not chopped liver. Oh, my God. Oh, we're not chopped liver. All right. So, excuse me. I got something. Yeah. I don't know how cotton got in my mouth. That's crazy, baby, because I'm black. My ancestors picked cotton, so now I got to get cotton in my mouth. That's crazy. All right, so getting back to some more love, right? It's not arrogant or rude. This is crazy, right? It's not arrogant or rude. During this time, during this time of unlearning, and during this time of making sure that you are taking care of yourself and showing love to yourself, that you do not become arrogant, because that is very easy. If your character is not intact, this time, this transition that we're in is going to expose who you really are. If your character not intact, you're going to show signs of arrogance. We ain't about that. Don't know, because real love, showing yourself real love, arrogance don't live there. Arrogance don't live there, and you're not gonna be out of pocket and rude to people all the time. Notice I said all the time, because every once in a while, you gonna fall off the horse and you gonna say something crazy. That's understandable, because we humans, we have these emotions and all this other stuff that we deal with. So we're human. It happens from time to time, right? So, but I'm talking about living and staying rude, like that lady who was 80-something years old, died a virgin, gave her life totally and utterly sold out to the church, but she was rude than a mug to everybody. She was mean. She had that mean Jesus. Nah, man, I don't like that dude. I don't rock with that. I like that happy Jesus. I don't like Jesus that be mean and yelling at people, cursing people out. Well, she didn't technically curse people out, but kind of. And then it's so funny, right? And then another thing with love, right? It's not irritable or resentful. Now, and we talking about, right now we dealing with loving yourself. We're not dealing with loving other people. We're talking about loving ourselves, because a lot of times during this journey, especially when we're constantly messing up, we're constantly doing something crazy, we're constantly doing something wrong that we feel is wrong, and not realizing that this is a journey, that you're not going to get it right every single time. We become irritated with ourselves. We become resentful. And a lot of the resentment, like, towards ourselves is like, yeah, and I'm not talking about being resentful towards other people. I'm only talking about yourself, what you feel about you right now. We'll deal with how you feel about other people a different day, a different time. Right now, we talking about how you feel about you. And then so you would have some resentful feelings towards yourself. Be like, yo, I didn't it'll be crazy stuff like, I haven't made it to where I feel like I should be at this time. And you become resentful towards yourself because, again, you're measuring yourself against someone else's measuring stick that don't even matter, that's not even real, that don't even exist. Doesn't even exist. Why are we doing this? Let's stop doing that to ourselves. Let's truly start loving ourselves, because that's how we'll really get out of our place. That's how we'll really actually successfully navigate through this journey of unlearning, right? Because it's going to start with loving yourself. It's going to start with giving yourself grace. It's going to start with, like, really, really honoring who you are and who you're going to become, and then being grateful for who you used to be. And then, like, not having regrets, because the crazy part about it is a lot of people that I know, they literally live with regret because they feel bad about who they used to be. Man, therefore, there is no condemnation. Man, listen. Don't feel bad about nothing. Don't feel about nothing, especially this evening. All of that is water under the bridge, bruh. Don't feel bad about nothing. Don't feel bad about any place that you've been in life. Never say, I wish I could do this again, right? Because especially if you are in this place, you wouldn't be the individual that you are right now if you didn't go through what you went through, if you didn't do the things that you did. I have zero regrets. I don't regret anything. If I had it all to do again, I would do the same thing. Why? Well, except for, no, hold on. I ain't gonna say that. All right, that's enough of that. But there's, all right, yeah, no. That's a truthful statement, though. There are things that I wouldn't, that I would totally do the same thing again. Why? Because it made me who I am right now, right this moment. It literally made me who I am today. And who I am today, like I am growing to become super happy with the individual that I've become. Now I'm being totally transparent with y'all right now. I am not at my optimum peak of happiness. I'm not. Is I would be sitting here lying to you, and if I told you that I am. Give or take a few things. Yeah, give or take a few things. You're right. One thing I won't say at all, but certain things I would have waited for a while for. I would have done the same thing, but I would have waited a little longer to do it. Oh man. All right, so man, let's do a quick recap, y'all, and then we're gonna be out of here, like straight up. So let's recap. We are emotional creatures, y'all. And it's okay to be that. Like I said before, like, especially being a black man, we taught you can't show your emotions. Don't be emotional. You can't do this. You can't do that. Nah, dog, that's a lie. Be emotional. You can be emotional. Acknowledge your emotions, but don't let your emotions govern you. That's the difference. That's what they should have told us. They should have told us you are an emotional being. You are an emotional creature, and it's okay to be emotional, but do not let your emotions govern who you are. Do not let your emotions govern how you move. Do not let your emotions dictate your movements and how you treat people. That's what they should have told us. That's what they should tell black men. We're emotional creatures, and it's okay. All right, now follow your heart during this journey, y'all. We doing a quick recap. Follow your heart during this journey, because there's so many of us, we practical. That's cool. You can stay practical, but sprinkle your heart in there. Sprinkle following your heart in there, y'all. Sprinkle follow that. Sprinkle follow that. What am I talking about? Sprinkle that in there, man. Because your heart, man, I'm telling you, you'll be happier. Follow that joint, man. You'll be all right. And like I said, the reason why you want to follow your heart at times is because that's where the issues of life flow. That's where your dreams and your visions flow. And most people say it's flowing through your mind. Nah, man. It's going to flow through your heart, because that's where passion leaks. That's where passion lies. And when you talk about passion, you never think about passion like from an intellectual standpoint. Passion comes from your heart. Passion comes from your emotions. Here we go back with the emotional thing. Passion comes from your emotions, and your emotions come from your heart. So it's okay to follow your heart and the issues that are in your heart. And when I say issues, I don't necessarily mean bad things. I just mean what it is that you are clinging on to, what it is that's plaguing you. And I don't mean plaguing in a bad way. I mean that thing that is constantly on your mind, the thing that's constantly weighing in your heart. Get it done. You can do it. Go get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. I feel like that sounds like stripper music. Get it, get it, get it, get it. and again, identify where the turn took, where that turn took place. Identify that point. And most times, if you're going to be honest, guys, because this is a platform of being, let's be honest. Once you are honest about where that turn took place, you're going to pinpoint that turn took place within you. You have been derailed because of you. I've been derailed 100% of the time because of me. There were opportunities that were missed because of me. Yes, somebody else had a part in it. Somebody else's, the way they responded, the way that they acted. Oh, excuse me, y'all, I'm getting a little moist on my nostrils. That's okay. It is what it is. I'm still going to go. All right. Some things that people have said, some people that have done that aided in the situation not happening or whatever, but it was 100% because of how I responded. If I would have, it's so funny. If you think about it, sometimes, man, it's like, sometimes we feel like we could have been a little further in life, right? Think about it. We could have been a little further in life if we would have just followed our heart. If we would have not allowed other people, what they said or what they did, derail us, right? And it's not what they said or did, it's because of how we responded to it. That's how we ended up getting derailed. All right. So, and then in this process, we're going to lead with love. We're going to lead with loving ourselves, because that is going to be the compass of our success through this journey of unlearning. We're going to unlearn what we feel about us that are negative. We spoke about that last week and the week before. We're going to unlearn what we feel about ourselves that is negative. We're going to unlearn that stuff. Now we're going to learn love. We're going to learn unconditional love towards ourselves. We're not talking about loving other people right now, because you cannot properly love anybody else until you properly love yourself. You cannot give people the love that they need if you cannot give yourself the love that you need. Wow, so true. I've been my biggest setback. You absolutely have been. Yep, you have. So have I. I think out of every point in my life where I was right at the cusp of what I deemed to be successful, right? And I never crossed that line, because something had always happened to where I could not cross that line. And then the more that I think about it, is I was the culprit because of whatever happened. And it was funny, I didn't realize patterns back then, right? So every time I'm right there, I'm about to sign this deal, everything that's right, every time something happened where I could not do it, because I had to be like, oh, I don't want this type of problem. I don't want these type of issues. I'm going to just stop. Nah, man. If I would have known then what I know now, I would have wanted all of the smoke. I would have had all the smoke. I would have went through all the smoke. I don't care. Yeah, man, this is going to be, man, I promise y'all I didn't sniff cocaine or nothing. I think I'm just catching the cold. I think that's what's going on right now. That's why I keep messing with my nose. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, I was the culprit every single time, y'all. Now that I think about it, wow, that is a crazy, crazy aha moment. That is a crazy epiphany. I think about all of those times, and it was me. Every single time it was me. It was me. I didn't quote unquote make it because it was me. Nobody else. It was me. I let it affect me in the way that it set me back, that I had to start over time and time again. I reinvented myself several times. And every time I reinvented myself, I got to the cusp of what others would consider to be success. And then once I got there, I was about to break the seal, and something happened, and I allowed my emotions of that moment to turn me away from what it could have looked like. But I don't regret it, because at that time, I probably wouldn't have been ready for that. It is what it is. Now I'm on this new journey. Now I'm reinventing myself again. I'm reinventing myself in the music space, in the speaking space. But also, you're learning now that you were spared from something. I was just getting to that, Doc. I was just getting to that. That you spared yourself from some things. So all things really do work together for good. Right. Now I'm on this whole journey where I am reinventing myself, right? So I went through a phase, right? Not phase, but I went through these stages of life, stages in my career, where when I first started getting into music, I was like, oh, shoot, all right, I need a stage name, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. All right, cool, Ray Boy. All right, so that's cool. Like there's people who still call me that to this day, which is hilarious, even though I've reinvented myself several times since then. All right, dude, Ray Boy. All right, this was my music name. Started gaining a whole bunch of traction with that name. Boom, 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 boom. And then after some time, I was like, all right, it's time for something else. Let's move. Let's shake and move, right? So I became this thing, this character of Ray Boy, right? And then I was like, boom, a few years back, I would say probably like 8 years ago, I believe. Not exactly sure. I went on this new journey within music, right? And then I became Ray Terry, right? That's who I became, which is a less urban version of who I was. A less urban version. A less urban version of who I was, right? And then now I am in this space of being a word sayer. And I'm still doing music because I'm working on my second Ray Terry project, right? That will still be Ray Terry. But I found that in this new space, that it's okay to be myself. I don't need anything else. I don't need an alter ego. I can just be me. This is a part of this process of unlearning. That's why I changed the name of this to my name. My name is Terrence. That's who I am. Ray Boy, Ray Terry. Yes, all of that is a part of who I was, right? That all of that is still technically a part of who I am. But who I really am is good enough. I am enough. Terrence is enough. That's another epiphany that I came to one day when I decided to change this. Terrence is good enough. Whoever you are good enough. You don't have to create an alter ego in order to feel as if you are accomplishing something. Or in order to feel like you are going to be accepted by others. Others don't matter. You are enough, and you will be enough for your village. You're going to be enough for the people that you are supposed to touch. All right. I don't know how I got through that. I'm supposed to be doing a recap. I don't even know how I got to all of this. All right. So then the last thing that we were talking about, and like I said, leading with love, and then just gave just a little quick little definition of love, what love is. And I stole that from the Bible in 1 Corinthians. But the Bible, that's public domain, so it is what it is. It's mine now. All right. So like I said, love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. I didn't go over that part because that wasn't. I can't. This is gonna sound really messed up if I said that wasn't relevant to the conversation. It's not really relevant to the conversation. Whoa, whatever. It is not irritable or resentful, and it does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. So we are telling truth. We are talking truth here on this here platform. I dare not call this a podcast because this is not that. I'm not here to entertain. We're here to tell the truth. We're here to talk truth to ourselves and each other. We're here to learn from each other. I appreciate the dialogue that's in the comments. This is we freeing each other, man. We finding out things about each other and like literally covering each other with love. This is all about love. Everybody is welcome here, no matter what your walk of life is. Everybody is welcome here. I don't care what other people are doing. I don't care what everybody else is saying. I don't care if I agree with your lifestyle. It doesn't matter. Everybody is welcome here. Let's be honorable. Let's find the truth together. Let's talk about love together, y'all. All right. Dang, it's 53 minutes. I had no plan. I thought I was going to be done by like 20 minutes. All right. I say that the time just be going away from me, y'all. I'm sorry. All right. So I only got one close tonight. We getting out of here. We getting out of here. Listen, time is the number one investment that you will never get a return on. You guys gave me 53 minutes of your time, and I am forever grateful, and I dare not bastardize your time. Listen, next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, sharp. We're going to go live here in the land of YouTube. I implore you to please subscribe. Click the notification bell. Send this to somebody who is like-minded, somebody that want to help us all get free. This is a community that we all have input and freedom. My word is not the Bible. My word is not the all to be the end all, and however they say that, right? My word is not final. We learning together. We're on this journey together. We're on this journey of unlearning together. I don't know how long I'm going to stay on unlearning. I don't know, but we going to be on this because we about to exit. We about to exit, but we gonna do this together, y'all. Listen, again, time is the number one investment that you'll never get a return on, and you gave me 55 minutes of your time, and for that, I am forever grateful. Thank you.